Kinyai Andebe is an accomplished international luxury hotelier with a proven track record of running successful operations in the hotel industry. He is currently the Director of Food and Beverage. What fascinated me most about Steve Kinyai is how he has been able to handle, at a very young age, some VVIP and high-level delegations that have come through the hotel industry. Most notable presidents, kings, and very high delegations such as President Paul Kagame, Yoweri Museveni, Barack Obama, and also notable celebrities such as Forrest Whitaker, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, among others. So I'll move on over and have this exciting interview with him. Who's Steve Kinyai Andebe?
So Steve is a career hospitality professional. I've been in the industry for 14 years, and I've been privileged to work my way up from the position of management trainee, going through the rank and file till the position of junior management, and at the moment I'm sitting in a position that I look at as a full HOD, running a department that consists of about 162 staff.
Wow.
The experience has been quite a journey and rewarding, I must say. So in a nutshell, and I'm a brother, I'm a family man, I'm a friend. Yeah, so encompassing all that. Yeah.
That's very good to hear. So how is it managing such a large group of staff members?
What has really helped me is I'm not the kind of manager who will want to sit in the office and back orders. I am more of the kind of person who wants to be in the heat of stuff, to see what challenges my staff are going through and see how best. So some of the things that I've helped happen to be regular feedback to the staff, and also having an open dialogue, both vertically and horizontally, to see where we have issues that are either ailing our staff, that are hindering them to perform at the optimum. We talk about them, we share ideas how we can overcome such, and we have better operations, and also we have guests that are delighted in our properties.
Okay, beautiful. That's very good to hear. Those are very good work ethic. How did you prepare yourself for this particular career? You said it's been a journey of 14 years. So how, just walk me through that particular journey. How do you prepare yourself to get here?
Okay, so how I worked it out, what will happen immediately I cleared my fourth form, I decided to do a work exposure. Mombasa Serena Beach Hotel. To just see, am I really sure this is what I want to do? And the beauty
important.
of it, exactly. And the beauty of it, we've got quite a good number of properties in Kenya that are more than willing and happy to give that experience, where if it's tough, if somebody who is from college or wanting to join, they just come and experience work study, what it's all about. So that really helped me to reinforce what I had fathomed and what I wanted to do. So from there, when we'll be during recess in campus, I will also request to just go ahead and be given an opportunity to do an unpaid internship, so that I can hone my skills and also be in a position to see how what I'm learning as part of the theory in class, how it's marrying with the practical work within the industry. So I think by the time I was clearing my fourth year, first semester, I had already gotten an opportunity to work with Fairmont Group of Hotels on a management training program. And what gave me an edge was I had maybe 2 years work experience. In the times that I will be going and working, you will not put me in the same cadre as somebody who has just cleared campus, has got a lot of theoretical knowledge, but I knew the nitty-gritties of how to get things done.
So you were practical, you went to the field and you got to know exactly what is needed there. So even when you went to class, you could connect the practical and the theory.
Exactly.
So just continue with that journey. I'm very interested. So from Fairmont to?
So from Fairmont, I I moved back. I moved to South Africa.
Okay.
And in South Africa, I worked with a consultancy firm that had been given the privilege of preparing for the 2010 World Cup. Okay. So I had joined that company as a hospitality consultant.
Okay.
Ideally, what we will do, we will visit eco lodges and hotels that had been accredited to host the 2010 World Cup international delegates. And I was charged with the responsibility of building capacity so that we can have the quality standards being at par with what these guests that are coming, what they're anticipating. Yes. So I had a stint in Botswana doing that, then moved back to Nairobi. That should be 2009. And I joined the Hilton Hotel as an assistant food and beverage manager. Hilton has got a very strong ethos as far as training is concerned. So they gave me a good pedestal to want to go to the next position. They put so much emphasis on training and also staff development, which was quite good. I was exposed to Hague Hotel Training School, which I was doing a course that was preparing me for a HOD position, a head of department position. I spent 2 years in Hilton Nairobi. After 2 years in Hilton Nairobi, I went to Zanzibar. Because all my life I had just been in city business hotels. I wanted to see how different this relates as far as business hotel is concerned and leisure property. So I got an opportunity to work at a boutique lodge called Kilindi, Elewana, Zanzibar. So from there I was a food and beverage manager come a deputy GM. It was a small property. But mostly we were catering to honeymooners. I moved from Hilton. I joined Intercontinental Nairobi. As a banqueting and catering manager. Ideally, by that time, Intercon Nairobi had been given an opportunity to be the property that does presidential catering. The next opportunity that came was to join Kempinski Nairobi. As a food and beverage manager. Now, this was an entirely new experience for me because I had not opened a hotel from scratch. So it was during a pre-opening phase. So what we were doing, there was the part that we have to train staff, we have to take them through what the brand expects of them, and also trying to build a customer base of guests that we can profile them as our guests. So with the Kempinski experience, it was an eye-opener, an amazing one in the sense that I look at it as part of the epitome of my hotel life. There are so many people who have been in this journey, but I was privileged to serve President Barack Obama. Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, that's one of the highlights of my career. So working closely with the White House, the White House culinary team, the nitty-gritties of you guys knowing that 3 months in advance is going to stay there, but you cannot tell anybody.
Yes, you can.
And everything has to be kept in check. So for me, that experience was a great one for me. And the beauty of it was how we pulled it, being that we were a new hotel and
you were quite new at that time.
Yes. So it was an amazing experience. Then after that, it opened doors for other presidents that would come in and stay. The likes of Paul Kagame of Rwanda, the likes of Museveni. It was an amazing experience in Kempinski.
It was an amazing I mean, when you were young, Kinyai, did you ever think that you'll get here? And how does that feel?
So of course, the first reaction will be when they're coming to the hotel. Of course, they'll be having some pseudonyms. The idea is also to protect them against the many people who will be coming wanting the autograph sign. So for me, the experience was like, wow, I've been watching this guy's movies all along. Then he's right here with me. So it's quite rewarding.
Wow.
Exactly. quite rewarding, and also the excitement and just when they are leaving your premises, either it's the restaurant or the meeting rooms, and they just say thank you. For me, that is enough gratification that we gave somebody an experience that they can live with.
You have to be trained in such a way that you know that you're gonna meet such people and exactly how to behave. I'm just thinking about young professionals right now getting into that particular field. You need to also be calm and collected, not excited all over, and you're behaving badly. So is that part of the training also?
Yeah, so when we are looking at guest profiles as part of training the guests, we've got high-level delegation. We've got the kinds that will look at VIP, VVIPs, the ones that will put them on the levels of presidents, kings, or prime ministers. So the way we are taught how to handle them comes all different, because when we are looking at a high delegation of the sort, there is the element of protocol, and the protocol will work with you in terms of what their specific needs are, so that you can be in a better position to anticipate. So there's a training that makes you grounded as far as when you are dealing with such dignitaries, and it makes you comfortable when you're handling such a group.
Okay, was this something you are interested in, maybe even when you were younger, like getting into the food and beverage sector, or is it something that you just came upon?
So I was lucky. My mom was a hotelier.
Yes.
So what will happen when we were small kids? They used to have an annual end of year party, and what will happen during the end of year party? They'll have kids party first. So after the kids party, the adults will have their parties later on in the evening. So for me, what really caught my attention was as I was growing up and we'll go for these parties. I will see the way the waiters will carry their trays. They will have smiles. The way when they are welcoming the guests in the front desk or the reception, and everybody will be happy. I was like, wow, I think I love this thing. I would love to do it. But it did not quite, it was not very clear with me by then. But I was, it actually captured my mind. I was like, I think I like it. So the influence started rubbing quite early.
What do you specialize in?
Okay, I've opened 2 restaurants from scratch. One is an Italian restaurant, and I've opened a Pan-Asian restaurant. So with those 2 particular cuisines, other than the normal that I will look at our continental cuisines, I'm usually quite intrigued with Pan-Asian and Italian cuisines, or rather you'll call it Mediterranean. For Mediterranean cuisine, you look at things like antipasti. So antipasti will essentially be I will look at things like bruschettas. So bruschettas, you'll have the likes of salads, so Italian salads. You'll have a lot of cheese in the menus, a lot of rucola. So things that they have their bases from the Mediterranean Sea along the Italian coast.
What does your typical day look like from beginning to end?
My day will essentially be starting at 7, not unless I have early breakfasts that we've got some dignitaries that need my presence there. So by 7, when my day comes in, I will want to do some rounds in the restaurants and the conference outlets to just see that the closing duties were essentially done well. Then by 8, I've got a manager's morning brief, which is an exclusive reserved for the heads of department. Whereby we go through the business for the day, the financial performance for the previous day.
That's important,
Then if there are any VIPs that are coming through, if there are any special events that we have, and also we look at the business forecast for the entire week, also a snapshot of what we're expecting. Then if there are any things to do with the HR which we need to pass to the team, of course, we'll be briefed on the same. So after my brief, I will usually by 10 o'clock I'll have a meeting with my right hand men and women. Those are the restaurant managers and the banqueting managers that report to me, and the outlet managers, so that they will present how their individual outlets perform during the day. Then I'll also give feedback in terms of what I observed the previous day, whether be it a specific meal period, Then if there are specifics that I have to do one-on-one, because what has made me to excel has been the mentorship and coaching of my immediate reports.
Okay.
So we'll give them timely feedback. Then there are some areas where maybe they will require assistance. I'm usually more than happy to assist. So after my 10 o'clock meeting, what I will essentially be doing, I will over my emails a little bit. Then during lunchtime, or during the coffee break, when you've got a team that has got a conference or something, I'll want to walk around, just check with the guests how the experience is. If there is anything we could do to enrich their stay with us, just trying to touch base with them. Then during lunchtime, I will want to do rounds in the restaurants, move around in the kitchen, check what the chefs are doing, have a meeting with the executive chef, see if there are any issues that he's experiencing, whether be it purchasing, how I can come in and assist. Because if the kitchen does not do well, you'll not do well.
I know. You'll mess up. Let me ask you a quick one. So because you're managing a whole team of people, and I'm seeing it trickling down from a meeting of managers and then coming down and all the way to the people on the ground. What are some of the challenges sometimes you face when you're trying to give those instructions, when you're trying to share the vision that all of you have with other people who maybe are not sure exactly what you want?
So the beauty of it, some of the challenges I'll look at, you'll have some staff that are very much engaged. They're running with you as far as the vision is concerned. And you will have some staff that are not necessarily engaged, but part of our responsibility as managers is to bring them to terms. So what I usually like doing, I usually want to try to co-opt the people who are not necessarily buying into the vision, so that they can come and understand. So it becomes much easier after they're bought into the vision. It becomes much easier for them to do what is expected of them. Because we want them to move in the same direction as us.
Yes, definitely. So what is your advice for young people right now? There's a young person in high school. There's a young person who's very confused about the career they want to take, and they're thinking about this field. What would you tell them?
The first thing that I want to tell them is, one, it's the career path that they are thinking about taking. It's very rewarding, true. But it also requires somebody to give themselves wholly to it if they are to succeed. It's labor intensive, but there are some opportunities which somebody can get themselves if they are either cut out for this or not. Like what I mentioned, you can request for a work study or internship opportunity, or just for you to go check the environment that you want to delve a career path with. Are you really for it? Are you cared for it? Or are you sure you're going to handle that? So we have quite a number of opportunities where somebody can get themselves. But for us who chose this direction, and I can attest to that, it's something that is rewarding.
How rewarding is it from a junior position maybe to a higher position?
Okay, so I will look at the line staff management. The line staff will range anything between 45,000 Kenya shillings. For a HOD position, it will attract up to 500,000, half a million. If you go to the direction of a general manager, it could be anything close to 800 to 1 million. So
so it's quite rewarding. So the idea for any young person who wants to do this is to be patient and make sure they're diligent in making sure that they're rising to because you rose very fast from a BSc in campus and then all the way to all these countries you had to go to. So well done on that. And I think you talked about your personality. That's another thing. I think we also need to choose careers where our personality shines. Because if you're uptight and you get into this business, then you're not going to thrive at all, isn't it? Are you thinking of leaving employment one day, and what would you like to do?
I'm looking at myself maybe in the next past 5 years. I might decide to go the direction of consultancy.
Okay.
I feel yes, there is a need for somebody who can help, either be it entrepreneurs that are coming through and they are setting up hotels.
Okay.
And they need somebody to bridge the quality gap or to just provide a technical consultancy, either be it in-house or if they are contracted to do it on other terms. I'm looking at myself being in a position to do that.
I'm interested in knowing this. How about COVID-19 challenges right now? Has that affected the industry quite a lot?
Yes, it has affected the industry because one of the biggest challenge in hospitality industry, it's conjoined with travel. Travel and leisure are one and the same.
Yes.
So anything that makes the travel industry have a sneeze, the hotel industry ends up catching a cold.
Definitely.
So what has essentially happened, we do have the tourist numbers that are trickling in.
Okay.
And also not only looking at the international traveler, but also the local tourists, who we have been of recent trying to give more emphasis with the advent of meetings, incentives, conference, and events. But again, if their buying power or their disposable income is affected in any way, they'll not be in a position to step foot within a hotel. So. And of course, this is something new for the hotel industry. Industry has transcended quite a good number of challenges that have faced the world before, but this is new. And so there's something new that we've hoteliers have been doing of recent. We call it scenario planning, whereby, given that our industry is very volatile and affected with uncertainties, we try to build scenarios. If this were to happen, how are we supposed to react to such a situation? So the biggest challenge right now is when most countries, or rather the hotel business resumes in full swing, is how we're going to convince the clients that yes, our hotel is safe, we are taking the necessary precautions. So this is going to be a game changer in terms of how we react and take the lead in ensuring that our customers are staying in a safe environment. Our health and safety practices within the hotel, the way we do our restaurant operations, all that is going to change.
Just to wind up, as I'm winding up here, is you had a bachelor's, you took a bachelor's in science, yeah? Would you advise that younger people who are maybe in high school and so on would rather get into a university program as much as possible compared maybe to another program? Which one do you think will have more employability and more credibility?
Okay, I will definitely go the direction of a university program, a bachelor's degree, because nowadays most of the employers, they give that as a minimum threshold. One, of course, if you were to go, even if they are to promote you from within, when they are doing the internal job bids, they will look at that particular criteria. So I will not say that the bachelor's degree is everything, but if somebody is in a position to get that as a minimum requirement, I will that they go that direction, in that you do not have to do a diploma, start working, then they tell you, okay, we have this position, we've got the intention of giving it to you, but we will that you do either credit transfers, then bridge and do a degree course.
So that's a good place to start now. What is your advice to young people about getting into this particular career field?
My advice, anybody who feels they have what it takes, or even if they don't feel if they have it, but they see this is something that they would love to do. Yes, it's very rewarding, but you have to give yourself like fully. And if somebody wants to grow within industry, there's an element of initiative. Yes, you can be given all the training, but you have to show how hungry you are, how you want to go to the next level. So there is a part of dedication, commitment, and also wanting to go over and above what is expected of you. Those for me have been some of the tenets that have helped me grow within the industry. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Steve Kinyai. It was really awesome just to listen to you and to just go through the hotel industry and understand what really happens. So one of the things I've learned today, viewers, is that you need to be very persistent. You must take initiative in terms of getting into this. And also remember, this is a labor-intensive career.
Exactly.
So when you get into it, it's not something that you're going to sit back, be lazy about it. You've got to get yourself going to make sure that you achieve and you excel in what you need to do. So thank you so much, Steve, for speaking.
Thank you very much.
All right.